Hello, this is Anthony Malden, and this is my project, Economics of Uranium, the Driving Force of American Politics. The first question that I had is, what is uranium? Uranium is the element U-238. It is a very common element, found pretty much everywhere. It is more common than gold, silver, and copper. This element also, as we have found out, has many precautions to take with it. Albert Einstein can be to thank for this precaution of uranium in the United States, as he sent a letter to President Roosevelt in 1939 warning him of a new market that the Soviet Unions were to open up. And this new market was the uranium market that would soon affect the world until present day. The uranium market is rather interesting, and I will focus on the bull market that is found from 1972 through 1978. And witnessing the political effects on its rise and the major effects for its crash. Most of the world had witnessed a steady decline in uranium stocks until the 1970s, when prices went through the roofs. And my question is why? How? And who's to blame? The simple answer for this is politics. Politics influence the rises and falls of uranium stock prices. It is intriguing to witness the correlation between the rise of oil prices and the fall of uranium prices in the late 1970s. The correlation between the rise of oil and the decrease of uranium stocks is simply put on the hands of one event, which I will explain later. The more important issue is that nuclear energy consumption continued to increase until current day. This increase, however, created a very unstable and massive amount of nuclear waste storage sites all over the country. These nuclear waste sites introduced my first major point, the Environmental Protection Agency. The EPA was created to do something, as American land, air, and water were under heavy pollution and needed lobbies to stick up for them on the Capitol Hill. The EPA would lobby for strict regulations of energy processing, especially with uranium tailing, making it more difficult for uranium to be processed, especially in light of Nixon's policies. Nixon's presidency from 1969 to 1974 included multiple uranium policies, such as the Threshold Test Ban Treaty, the Seabed Treaty, as well as SALT talks. So the question remains, why did the United States and the Soviet Union's stockpiles of nuclear weapons continue to rise or stay the same during this time? I believe the answer to this is taking a deeper look into Nixon's policies. The core to the Threshold Test Ban Treaty is that there would be no large explosions over 150 kilotons. This is the equivalent to 150,000 tons of dynamite. This, however, does not explain the price peak in uranium stocks in the 1970s. You may further investigate the Seabed Treaty, which announces the unlawful act of testing nuclear weapons underneath the ocean. Once again, this treaty did not define the policies of uranium, but it shows that uranium policy talks were simply between the United States and the Soviet Union. Once again, this is exactly what happened in the SALT talks. It was between the Russians and the Americans, and nothing more. This has become a market that was singly dominated by a bipolar world. The mottos of these policies are summed up nicely in the quote, "To remove the danger of nuclear war and the use of nuclear weapons." This removal, however, was dominated by the monopoly found in America and the Soviet Union. This monopoly would dictate the stock prices, which enabled them to lead the arms race, allowing for only a bi-powered nuclear system to be implemented in this new world order. Policy would soon change with the 3 Mile Island tragedy, abruptly ending the bull market we find in 1972 through 1978.